Welcome, Libra. Thank you for joining me on my channel. I literally want to cry because I thought I had clicked record. I just did your entire reading, and as I go to click to stop the recording, I noticed it didn't record any of it. So that's my bad. I do still have all the cards out though, so I'm going to go through the same one because it feels like an important reading for someone out there. So we're going to go back through it. So you're presenting here as the King of Cups, okay? Oh, by the way, I do want to say this is for the next 2 weeks. So Libra is coming up as the King of Cups with the Five of Wands. So what I've been feeling for these cards is that you are going through some kind of conflict, whether it's external or internal. It really could be either one. And then the Page of Wands comes up here. So it makes me feel like you're kind of, I really feel like this nervous energy, this frustrated energy, this like at the end of your rope kind of energy coming from the Page of Wands. If I'm applying that energy to you, so there is like this sense of I have really dedicated my time, my heart, my energy, my compassion to a situation in which there is a struggle. There are competing goals. There are competing ideas. There is competition of some kind. Okay. I do feel that there is, this could be a group, this could be a job, this could be another person. And this person is kind of like a wet noodle, sort of. Like they are very indecisive. There's like this energy of indecision that's coming in here. I feel like you as the King of Cups with this person who is the Page of Wands, there's a real mismatch, a real imbalance in power and energy and maturity even. And that is causing a lot of conflict. This person feels like they can't seem to make a decision on something, or they can't seem to like, I hope this isn't offensive to anyone, like man up, so to speak. And they need to. Like, they are not adulting, as some would say. The next card that came out underneath the King of Cups, which I don't actually really pull cards like this very often, but I did today for whatever reason, is the Five of Swords. So I feel like this situation, so between you, right, the Five of Wands showed up between you. So there is conflict between you, but I feel like for you, there is a massive mental conflict going on. And that has to do with you saying, is this worth it? Is this something I want to continue to put my time into, my energy, my heart? Is this an ego struggle between the two of you? And in that, there is certainly a lesson for you, or at the very least, kind of an opportunity for you to really discover who you are, what you believe, what you want in your life, okay? And if this is not what you want, and you have earnestly made an attempt to resolve the issue amicably, then maybe there's another solution. And I feel like in your mind right now is this impulse. We have the Knight of Wands coming up here, this impulse to kind of turn tail and run, to sort of bolt, to take off, to get the fuck out, right? And so that may be the feeling. Now, it is coming up as an impulse, not a decision that was mulled over and made. So, and that corresponds with the actual meaning of that card. So with it showing up under this Five of Wands, I feel like you are so tired of this conflict, either within the workplace or with your partner, or between, you and a friend, or you and anybody, okay, that you are just like, I just want out, just let me out. And I do feel like this is coming in as a cautionary note. So I want to say that that particular energy might not be the best one to jump right into, because it's coming out, it's precipitating from this Five of Wands energy. You know, this conflict, this struggle, this competition. There may be another way to consider it, or at least a path to go down, so that you are making decisions that you're proud of. You're making decisions that honor the sort of compassionate, grounded individual that you are as the King of Cups, okay? I am getting then the Three of Cups showing up beneath this Page of Wands. And there are a lot of different ways that the Three of Cups can be interpreted. The energy I'm pulling from it at the moment is a combined energy of immaturity, okay? Like the Three of Cups can be about celebrations. But what I'm feeling here is somebody who is maybe either partying or not looking at the seriousness of the situation and just wants to either like drink all day or smoke weed all day or something. Like they're not looking at the seriousness of the situation. They're behaving in a very immature, childish way. The other thing that comes up with the Three of Cups, which I don't usually read as, because I feel like it's a cop-out kind of, like there are a lot of other energies that come through this card. It can be about a third option. So if this conflict is about work, it could be that there is either another option available to you, another job you could take, or maybe there's another candidate for a job that you're applying for that is competing with you. It could be that this partner has another love interest. It could be, I feel like this conflict is coming about because of this energy. So I don't feel that I'm telling you something that you don't know. So I don't want anybody to become alarmed about that. That is not the spirit of my messages. If anything, I like them to give comfort and advice, not like to alarm people. So what I feel like is happening here is that this other person is not, you know how I was saying they're indecisive? This person might be juggling more than one individual that they are somehow becoming involved with. Or this other person could be a mother, a father, a sibling, a best friend. Really anyone who is uninvitedly and pretty profoundly influencing this Page of Wands. So in that sense, that person could be causing all of this conflict. And when it comes down to it, it's like you have to ask yourself, is this fight worth it? Is this worth my energy, my time? I have given a ton of my love and compassion to this. And that's further highlighted by the next card, which came out, and that is the Ten of Pentacles here. Okay. And it shows up, it came out right under the Knight of Wands, which is under the Five of Wands. And so I feel like this is something, whatever it is, this is something that you depend on, you have relied on, you have invested everything into, whether it is a marriage or a long-term partnership or a job that pays all of your bills or a job that you have trained for, maybe you have massive student debt over. You know what I mean? Like this is something big. This is not just like, this is something that you definitely don't want to just decide like the Knight of Wands to bolt and run, okay? However, what came up next was the Ace of Swords. So this is an opportunity, a calling to investigate your truth, no matter how difficult or unsavory it might be. So this is really thinking about, all right, what is my return on investment? That's what they just said. What is my return on my investment? You have invested the Ten of Pentacles, and what you have here is the Page of Wands with their attention all over the place. what's your return on investment? Now that might come off as cold because you're presenting again as the King of Cups, somebody who's deeply committed and deeply loving, and you have, and again with the Ten of Pentacles, you have invested everything. But sometimes we need to look at the truth of the situation, no matter how difficult that might be. Okay, and that is definitely coming up. And this comes out sometimes. Look how the hand is holding the blade. There's this sense of the cut that you have to make will hurt you more than it hurts them, maybe. Like when parents say, this hurts me more than it hurts you. But you are the one with the emotional maturity to be able to say enough is enough. I can't say for sure if that line that you're drawing in the sand is an end to something, a final firm end to something, or if it's simply an end to an aspect of it. Only you will know that. But I think that when you consider what the move is that you need to make, you're going to have to look very realistically at the truth of the situation and the fairness, the justice. You are a Libra. You are justice, right? This is the long arm of the law. This is justice. And you're going to be delivering it on behalf of yourself in this case. There's a truth that they're not looking at either because they're so busy, either absorbed in this sort of what's the word for it? Maybe even addictive behavior, drunken behavior, self-medicating behavior. That's the word I wanted. I don't know why I'm doing this. Could be that you have been like trying to parent this person, which makes a ton of sense with them showing up as the Page of Wands and you as the King of Cups. So there's a really deep and very honest truth that you need to look at. Next that came up is the Chariot. And here I literally heard the words, go home, a return to home. And I say home because the Chariot represents Cancer, the month of July, right? Number 7. And Cancer is the 4th house of home. And this to me feels like leaving that thing that is not home, even though you have invested everything into it, to go home. Having the will and the determination to see the hard truth with the Ace of Swords and going home. And what is home? You know, so I pulled a whole chunk of cards came out. And what we're looking at here is the 4 of Cups with the King of Pentacles. The Hierophant with the Fool. And the Lovers with the Queen of Cups. So my very first impression of this whole row of cards that came out is there's something better. There's something better for you. Because it ends in the Lovers with the Queen of Cups. Reciprocity in relationship. Respect, reciprocity, and mutual compassion in relationship. Whether that's between you and another person, you and a business place, however it applies. But the truth is that whatever you have invested, everything you have to grow is deeply unsatisfying at this point. And I feel like because you are the king here, you have indeed invested everything that you have. You're not looking at a situation where, gee, maybe I didn't do everything. Maybe I didn't, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe we should have gone to counseling, all that stuff. I feel like you've done this stuff. If you haven't, then that's certainly something to look at. If it's a job, maybe you've already asked for that raise and they refused it. Maybe they've treated you badly over and over again. not respected your value with the pentacles coming up here. You have put everything you have into this. And that is why this decision is so hard and there's so much conflict about it, internal conflict. And yet, the longer that you stay in that conflict, it's like cutting off the nose to spite the face, right? It's not a mistake. I firmly believe that every choice that we make is part of the learning experience, or at least the experience gathering that we have in this lifetime, right? So now it's time for another choice. Because this is no longer, these 3 cups, you don't even care about them. You're wondering about what that 4th cup is, because there is something better for you, okay? And so this thing that you have been deeply committed to, relationship, marriage, job, career, whatever it is, this thing that you've been deeply committed to is no longer fulfilling. So you've got the Fool coming up. Fool here. This is that new beginning, that leap of faith. Could it be a leap of faith into a new timeline within this relationship, job, etc., career even? Could it be a restart within that? Of course it could be. I'm not getting that from this reading, but you need to take that, based upon your own personal feeling about the situation. What this restart gives you, though, is the Lovers with the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Cups. And so I feel like this is that better thing. This is that more appropriate match. This is giving and receiving on the equal end. And actually, I want to say that at least partially, where you were appearing as the King of Cups earlier in the reading, right? You were the giver. You were the masculine principle. You were giving to this page who was just like squandering it by being indecisive, confused, and pleasure seeking. Now you're on the receiving end. Now you're receiving love, right? Now you're in the feminine principle. Like, to me, it feels like a wish fulfilled. To me, it feels like, thank God I went through this whole process of knowing what I don't want, because now that I have what I want, I appreciate it on a level that I never could have before. I feel like the depth of this relationship, or the appreciation of this job, career, group, whatever, or friendship or whatever, is on a much higher level than you ever could have had before, because now you understand what it is to both give and receive. Okay? Gosh, the light. It's a mutually compassionate, mutually loving, mutually respectful, mutually mature relationship or partnership, job, whatever. Okay? This new job respects you, respects your abilities, respects your education, respects what you bring to the table. Same if it's a relationship. So you have some decisions to make, okay? And I feel like the central card to this whole thing is this Ace of Swords. What is your truth? Maybe a difficult truth. But once you have it, it becomes your sword of truth. It becomes the thing that defends you. It becomes the thing that gives you your rights, your honor, your balance, your stability, all of that, okay? I hope this was helpful for you guys. I'm going to end it there for these next 2 weeks. Please do let me know in the comments. I really appreciate all your likes, your comments, your subscribes, and your shares. Love to hear from you guys, and lots of good thoughts for you coming up these 2 weeks with whatever decision making is coming in for you now. Okay, I appreciate you all. If you do decide that you would like a private reading or energy healing, akashic records consultation, any of the above, you can schedule that on my website, which is IamEmilyGear.com. Okay, looking forward to seeing you guys next time, and have a good couple weeks. Bye.